So, as the title must suggest, I have quit my full-time job. And I'm going to be kind of going why and what's the plan for this year. Because let's just go back to basics. Like, last year was not good at all. It was dumpster fire of a year, and this year's probably going to be kind of similar, but maybe we're a bit more equipped, I don't know. But yeah, I quit my full-time engineering job. Why did I quit my full-time engineering job? Every day I would wake up and force myself to go and work. And after doing that for a while, it just becomes kind of draining. Literally just forcing yourself to wake up, forcing yourself to work every single day. And this is not a unique phenomenon. There's a lot of people that have jobs that they don't like, that they don't enjoy, that they force themselves to do every single day. So this is not something unique to me at all. I'm sure you all have jobs you don't like that much as well. And yeah, let's say it's just jobs that you got to do to pay the bills, to pay for your lifestyle that you want to live. It's a job. It's something that gives you some income to let you do what you want to do most of the time. So that was one reason. Another reason in that last year was the year of remote work. Due to the pandemic, a lot of people were working from home. So I've been working from home since about March last year. So that's about 9 months. And let me tell you, that was so rough. So rough. Working from home for 9 months, living by myself, having no one to kind of interact with, really took its toll on me throughout the year, especially during the winter months where it's a bit darker and you get that sort of seasonal depression sort of thing hitting as well. And while working from home did have some of its benefits, like having cooked lunches, like freshly cooked lunches, for example. The cons of not being able to go in an office and talk to your colleagues, or just have a bit of bant or ask them a quick question about why something's not working. Just being sort of alone in my home for basically from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed is very tough, even though I'm a huge introvert. So I get drained easily by social situations. But I think doing a job I don't quite enjoy, plus living by myself and only having me really around, kind of really, it was really tough. And also while all this was happening, these two things combined, I'd daydream about making videos or doing design work. I'd look out the window in bright sunny days, you know what, I could go to a park and take some photos maybe. I'd be daydreaming of a lifestyle that wasn't 9 to 5, that wasn't 40 hours a week. I'm happy to work more hours than that, but maybe work on hours that work for me instead of 9 to 5. And that sort of lifestyle, it drains you. You don't have enough time or energy after the day has finished to really, do your hobbies or do other pursuits. You finish at 5 and you're just so drained. You're okay, time for some dinner. By the time dinner's done, it's 7 or 8 o'clock after you've had a little rest. That gives you maybe 2 hours at the very end of the day, right before bedtime, where you're all right, I'm going to do some video editing. I'm going to try and film a video. I'm going to try and do a TikTok. It was hard. It was hard to kind of pursue that as well as doing a full-time job. 40 hours doesn't seem like much when you take the whole, it's 160 hours in a week or something. So it's a quarter. But then when you add in, so you got your work, when you add in sleeping, then you add in just food, general prep, stuff like that. It all adds up. It's kind of, and the last kind of small point to really say is that I was earning a lot more money than I actually needed to live. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that at this time of my life, I'm only 25 right now. I'm not really looking toward getting a house. I'm not looking towards, there's extra responsibilities right at this time. So having all this extra money was kind of almost useless. There was no place to travel because of last year, the whole pandemic, no traveling really. Most of the money just kind of went to investing, trying to make more money off my money sort of thing. But for really, I wasn't using that money. And so it kind of really put you in your head, why am I working so many hours if I don't need so many hours? I could work 3 days a week, and I did actually ask work if I could go part-time, but that's a whole another issue. I did ask, why am I working so much if I have no time and no energy to really use the money, or I don't want to use the money for anything purposeful? So it's kind of just I'm earning more money and I'm using all my time to earn that money. For what? For what exactly? Now, I've quit my full-time job. and you're like, all right, you're going to move into something else? No, the point of this video is to say, I am now currently unemployed. This is the first time I've been unemployed since I started working. I've always had jobs. I've always had a job. If I quit one job, I already had another one lined up, ready to go. I've worked a couple jobs at once. Like, I've always had a job. This is the first time in my life after entering the workforce that I'm now unemployed. And this is a huge risk. Some would say this is stupid. This is so silly, especially the year that we just had. Like, people are looking for work, and I've decided to quit my full-time employment. It's kind of seems ungrateful, but sometimes you got to have a change. And after last year, that is definitely what I'm planning to do. Even though I have quit my full-time job, I am pragmatic by nature. So I have got quite a bit of savings. I've got a bit of runway to last me a while, probably around 6 months-ish, I'd say. I'm good at budgeting, so I've got to keep to a tight budget, cut out all the luxurious things. No more Uber Eats, cut down on as many subscriptions as I can to really have a lean budget and just pay for the things I need. So just food, rent, and the bills, and really try and work from there. And that should last me, if my calculations are correct, maybe 6 months, maybe give or take, depending on emergencies or other things that I need to get at the time. But it should be around that much. And probably every 3 months, I'll probably assess the situation. I'll probably review how I've gone, what's going, what not, stuff like that. And I also think that I probably will get a part-time job, just for that income, just for that sustainability, just for a little bit more, a bit more of a safety net, have a bit of part-time job. And after a while, hopefully I can last a whole year. And then at the end of the year, I'll decide, do I want to continue with what I've planned for this year, or should I start maybe looking for full-time jobs? But I might be looking for that earlier. I'll review every quarter and see how I'm going from there, see if this is what I want to be doing, see if this is sort of the lifestyle that I want to live. I just really want to try. I just want to try and, throw it all on the table, give it my best go. And if I absolutely flunk it and it's a huge failure and this year was an absolute disaster, I won't regret not trying. And that's the biggest thing, regretting not trying. What are my plans for 2021? I've got no job anymore, so what are my plans? So I'm going to be trying to pursue all the creative things I couldn't do as an engineer. As an engineer, it's very much, I did a lot of coding, I did a lot of configuration, I did a lot of problem solving, a lot of logic-based stuff. But now moving forward, I'm going to be moving into more creative endeavours. So we're going to be making a lot more videos like this one right here. We're going to be making videos for different platforms. We're going to be doing art, we're doing photography, we're doing some design. I've even been learning how to play music. I've been learning music theory for the keyboard and producing some songs. So maybe release some music throughout the year. That is my plan for this coming year, is to just go head on 100%, maybe 100, 110%. That I was saying, I'm going to give it my all in every single aspect for creativity. I'm going to try and get jobs and little freelance work, doing some video editing. I've even got one already lined up and working on at the moment just for a little bit of income. I'm going to try and do as much of that creative stuff as I can and trying to build a life around that. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know. It could be, as I mentioned before, it could be an absolute disaster. And I'm just like, you know what, maybe I should have stuck with a full-time job. But I won't know unless I try. And also another thing to add, I'll also be doing, with this Positive Collective brand, I've kind of shut down. It's going to be laid low for a little while. I am going to plan to do a few more drops and hopefully some collaborations and just limited time stuff, I think, for the moment. But at the moment, I've just kind of shut that down just to cut some costs. But I will come back to it because I do like the design work. I do like making, designing for clothes and stuff like that. So that's something that I will plan to do along with all the other things that I want to do this year. So that's the plan. After the year we've had last year, it left me with a lot of time to self-reflect and think about things that really, make me happy and that I want to be doing. I found that throughout the year, the times where I've had the most joy was when I was creating a video or I was doing some design work, or I was doing some artwork. That creative outlet. Those were the times where I felt the most at peace and the most joyful, that I'd go to bed feeling fulfilled. And that's what I want every day to be. I don't want to have that sparingly out here and there. I don't want to wake up feeling like, okay, here we go, another day. log onto my computer, get into work. You know, I want to wake up every day feeling like, fuck yeah, let's go and do something. Let's create something wonderful. Let's film videos. Let's design something. Let's work on all that fun stuff, and you know, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's the reason why I decided to do this change. A lot of other people have had to change through necessity. They've been unemployed and all that. Some people are similar in the same boat as I am. They're changing due to they're no longer happy, or they've just had too much time. They've had a lot of time to self-reflect about what they really want to be doing. So I think this year there will be a lot of changes for everyone. For people, like, what do they want to do for work and stuff like that. And I hope that everyone has a much nicer and a much more better year than it was last year. It's going to be a full-on roller coaster. I have no doubt these things don't just go cut off at the end of the year. There's going to be some shit happening this year. I am sure of it. Hopefully some good stuff. Hopefully some stuff that the world can unite behind, and not, you know, just doom and gloom would be okay. But, you know, sometimes things have to go in the deep end before we can fix them, and there's a lot of fixing needing to be done in this day and age. That is all I really have planned and written down for this video. Basically, you're going to be seeing videos every week, much more consistently for a start. I did say that I have said this before, like every week, and then it just does not happen because I had no energy or something came up or this and that, you know. But now that I have literally nothing else, no other responsibilities, this will be my main responsibility. My main concern will be doing videos, pushing out videos, and my YouTube content. Every platform's going to be slightly different, but I'm going to be focusing on lifestyle, cooking, and gaming. Mainly on the cooking side, cooking lifestyle. My TikTok, I've been doing simple cooking videos as well. But yeah, that is all. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching this video in its entirety. I don't expect many people will at this stage, but you know, it's only up from here, guys. So thank you all. Peace.